Let's talk about one of the hottest Coachmen Class C motorhomes, and that is the 2025 Freelander 26DS. Starting off with the chassis, the 26DS is built on the Ford E450. Inside, that engine is going to put out 325 horsepower and 450 foot-pounds of torque. Now, brand new for 2025 is going to be the front cap right up top. I absolutely love the look. You'll see they kind of condensed it, right? Boxed it down a little bit more, kind of make it to match the profile of the front end. And we're starting to see that a lot in the automotive side. So they brought it to the motorhome side, and I think it looks great. I really like what they did with the lights here too. It kind of has like a cover, almost diffuses the light. Just looks really good going down the road. And again, it is going to be that full front cap, right? So gone are the days of having that seam right here where that water is going to be driving in and making the front cap leak like your grandparents' Class C did. No more, thanks to the front cap. We're not going to have to worry about that. Coming back a little bit further, this one does have the Escalade package, and that's going to add a number of things. Among those are going to be your side cameras, giving you that added visibility, whether you're driving down the road or if you just want to take a look at your campsite, you can certainly do that too. It'll also come with heated mirrors, which is going to be a big bonus, and a few things inside as well, like the convection microwave oven that we'll see when we go in there, as well as the safety latch system for the kiddos. Also outside, something else I really like, and this is an option, but take a look at this. You get a TV and entertainment center here, so it has the sound bar. And new for 2025 are going to be the 12-volt TVs. That way you can run them off the battery, not have to fire up the generator. When we talk about construction real quick, that's something I really like about Coachmen Freelander. I think they do a great job. You have Azdel composite panels behind this fiberglass, both on the outside as well as on the inside. So dual Azdel, and that does a couple things for you. One, it's going to be lighter weight, which is always good. Two, it's not going to absorb moisture. So if you ever see it where it has like the big bubbles, that's known as delamination, and that's just not something we want to have. So it helps eliminate that. But by having it on the inside, it also isn't going to off-gas. So if you are sensitive to smells, or if you kind of get that choked up feeling when being in an RV on a hot day, you're not going to get that with the Freelander. Also, up top, they use a better roof system than most. Rather than using like your rubber roof, your EPDM, they're going to use the Alpha Ply TPO roof up there. And that's just going to be, again, just be a better roof system overall. It doesn't require nearly as much maintenance, and it's going to have 5 times as much adhesion, so you don't get the bubbling on the roof either. You will also see the power awning with LED light strip on there, and it covers almost the entire side length of this coach, which is something I really enjoy. It just gives you that maximum coverage. Another few things I want to point out, this one does have the optional auto level on there. So if that's something that you're interested in, just know that it is an option. It definitely makes it a lot more stable and a heck of a lot easier to level out. As for another option, you have this right here. This is going to be like your little outside kitchen table. I love this. I think it's nice and easy to set up. You can just drop the legs to the length you want. And because it's metal, it's easy to wash and clean, right? So let's say you're out on a fishing trip, you need to cut up some fish, you can do it on here. If you just want to use it to, pull up some stools and just have it as an outside table, you can do that too. Just it comes with a lot of different options, a lot of versatility there. And if you need a propane quick connect, like if you plan to do some grilling and you want to use this as like a side table, you can do that because you have that propane quick connect there, hook up your Blackstone, you'll be a grill master in no time. Coming around to the back of this floor plan, underneath the bumper, we do have the hitch. That is that hitch is rated for 7,500 pounds. So if you're looking to pull some bigger vehicles, this one right here has the capability to do that. And the storage is huge back here. We'll see the biggest part of it when we go around to these the driver's side, but you can kind of see how much we even have back here. Rotocast bin, so again, easy to wash out, which is always huge. Right up top, you can see the backup camera, so you have that visibility when backing up. You also can see the prep for the Lippert ladder, so you can just get the extendable ladder and climb up onto that fully walkable roof. You'll also notice on top of the slides, you have slide toppers. And that's something that I love. So if sticks or pine cones are falling down, instead of jamming up your seals when you put the slide in, they'll just naturally fall right off that slide topper. Just makes that maintenance piece so much simpler. Then coming into the back right here, take a look at this. I mean, I absolutely love this. If you want to put ice in here too, right? You're going to have like a picnic. You can have food on one side, beverages on the other. There's going to be drains down below. So as that ice starts to melt, it will naturally drain right out. I think that is just way too cool. Love that for a setup. So, if you want to take it tailgating, that is a great setup to do it with. Then you'll see your water hookups right out here, outside shower as well. Something else I think they did great on the outside, and again, this is just thinking ahead. Right here is the back of the refrigerator. So if you have to do any kind of maintenance, this makes it way easier to get to. Plus, your auto gen start is right here as well. So that way, if you want to set it for when your battery starts getting too low, the generator will fire on, and get your battery levels back up. If there's a quiet time and you want to shut it off, right, you can set that here as well. So it allows you to just kind of basically run that generator without having to be, here in the coach. And on top of that, for the generator, you're looking at the NPS 4500 watt Jenny right there. Man, she's a beaut. When you step into the 26DS, you quickly see why it's such a popular floor plan. You have an excellent division of space with the bedroom in the back, your living area right here in the center, and it's great space to have conversation. Plus, you have the cab over up top. Now, with the living area itself, there's going to be a few big features. You have a J-Lounge that's going to be incredibly versatile, theater seating right across the way, TV up top on a swivel mount, and the cab over bed. So let's start with the J-Lounge, because as mentioned, this is just an incredibly versatile piece. So with the J-Lounge itself, you can have the table removed and just have this big open space. I can then, if I want, put my feet up if I want to watch TV, or I can just hang out right where I am and be able to talk to someone in the theater seats or up in the cab. Then if you want to add the table for a workspace, we simply add it in, just like so. Now you can work here if you want, or you can spin the table and work here as well. But what if you need a little bit more seating for a meal? Well, they got you covered there too. What you'll do is come right over here. You can pull this out, take the additional pad, and now you have seating here too. You also have an electrical outlet, and you have additional storage in the form of a drawer. Lastly, you can actually drop this down into an additional sleeping area. Then right across the way are your power theater seats. At the touch of a button, you can raise and lower your legs. Once it hits a point, then it kicks back. Super comfortable and easy to use. You also have lights here. It has a massage feature and a heat feature, but my favorite part is the fact it has seat belts, so you can ride super comfortably going down the road. Now, the cab over is going to be right up front here, and you can see that I do have the bed already in place. Plus, I have the tether system right here, so you can clip these in so that nobody's rolling out in the middle of the night. You'll also see the 40-inch TV, and as I mentioned, this one for 2025 is going to be 12 volt, and it is on a swivel, so you can swivel that around to be able to watch from any of these seating positions. You'll also see some additional storage right up front here with the foot locker, plus you have the cup holders, USB port, and an additional window. But along with that, you get a max air fan, so you can open this window up, turn that fan on, and have an amazing cross breeze at night. The dual swing refrigerator gets its name because it can open from either direction. So if you're in the kitchen, you can access it from this direction. If you're coming from the living space, need to grab a beverage, you can access it from the other direction. You will also notice there is a disconnect switch right here on the wall. So if you don't want it to pull any power from the batteries, it's not in use, you can quickly and easily shut it off, which is a really nice feature that a lot of manufacturers don't have. Also new for 2025 is the pull-out freezer section right down below. As we move across the way, we get into the rest of the kitchen. You can see the thermoformed countertops. You will notice that it has a really nice countertop extension on here. Obviously, you'll want to drop that down as if you're walking through, but it just gives you a little additional prep space. You'll also see the pop-up power tower here and the high-rise faucet that is going to be a pull-down with a really deep sink. And even though it's circular, a lot of people aren't used to that. I like how deep it is. You can actually put residential size pots down into that sink to wash them. You'll also see the storage here. And if we take the pull-out drawers, you'll see that they are finished off and they're going to be slow close, which is just a really nice touch. Additional storage underneath the sink, right next to the convection microwave oven that is underneath the 3-burner cooktop. As you'd expect, you also have the hood right above and additional storage all across the top. So the porcelain bowl here, if I take a seat, you know, it is a little tight, but I have decent legroom even if the door is shut. I tried it earlier, and as far as shoulder space, I'm pretty good there too, thanks to the cutout. Now, one of my favorite features, however, and I wish more manufacturers did something similar to this, is if you're not using the toilet, you have this great countertop extension, so you're able to utilize this other space. I think that was really, really smart and simple design. Right above that is going to be the medicine cabinet here. And then over to the side is the shower, and it's 6 foot tall. You can see I can stand in here thanks to the skylight, and it has this shower miser recirculation system. So if I'm out boondocking, I'm not wasting a bunch of fresh water waiting for it to heat up. So if we take a look at the bed here, again, this is going to be a folding mattress because when the slide comes in, it has to be able to fold up so it doesn't smash up against the wall. With that, though, it is going to be a queen size bed, which is really nice. You'll also see that you have shelves on both sides, window both as a headboard and over to the side here, plus storage all the way across the top of the bed. You also see the AC unit right up top in order to keep things nice and cool in here. And you have the spot to hook up a TV. So if you want to watch TV in bed, that's going to be a prime spot for it. And lastly, one of my favorite features is going to be the wardrobe, because the way it essentially works is if I close this off, I'm still able to access it from this side. So I have this big wardrobe and you can reach it from a couple different points. And with that, you can see why the Coachmen Freelander 26DS is such a hot floor plan.